Hello friends, we're on the 8th day, I can't believe it, of Christmas. Every day it seems like there's no possible way we can be on that day. That means Christmas is coming. We spent the weekend watching the Nutcracker, which is one of my favorite things. I saw it 5 times and I didn't get tired of it at all. Hope was in 3 of those shows, and so of course I enjoyed watching her, but I also enjoy just watching it in general. It's super wonderful, rings in the Christmas season for me. One of the things, we have many traditions, the Nutcracker being one of them. So I hope if you ever get the chance to see a Nutcracker performance, you'll go. My daughter's been doing it for 10 years. Hi Barb. So today we're going to remake a card. So this is a card that we made for our team, my team, and my team members. We have about 70 team members. This is one of the first things we made from the holiday catalog. You can see this was back when we had the gold celebration paper and this ribbon and this paper, which is all since I believe retired. So I'm going to remake this card. Thank you, Barb. I'm going to remake this card with current products, and also just going to go ahead and throw it out there that if you want your free gift to be this gold paper that was only available for a limited time, then that can be your free item as well. So just let me know instead of the red rhinestones. But this is what it looks like. It was called Be Dazzling, and you just can't really do it justice. But I will offer you 2 packages of this paper with $50 orders versus the red rhinestones. So you pick which one you would rather have. I do realize that I need to grab some ribbons. So check out that deer for a second while I grab some pretty ribbon. All right, so let me point you downwards to our crafting station. I'm pointing a different direction in my craft room entirely today, so we'll have to do some adjusting. Let me see if we're good here. We're not good here. We have my craft room is also my guest room, and we had lovely guests this weekend, so things aren't always back. Things aren't back to normal just yet. All right, so we are going to remake this card, but I've got some things here to show you because I want to give you some reminders. So I just put them in front of me so I can put them in front of you. Tomorrow is our live fun fold class. So if you want to come learn how to make these fun folds, I'm teaching this class tomorrow at my house. Actually, that one will have a little white inside. Hi, Betty. And you're welcome to come. Go ahead and register. There's a link to register. Also, if you want to join us online, you register in the exact same place and you just say joining online. That's one of the options, so you can do that. All right, we are remaking this card with the Peaceful Deer bundle. Now, you guys know that the holiday catalog, which is this sweetie, is retiring. Okay, yeah, normal, right? The holiday catalog is retiring, and there is absolutely so many things right now that are already gone. Okay, so even my 12 Days of Christmas projects, I'm reworking for you. All right, so my goal is to make sure we have projects of things that you can still buy. But my point with that is you need to make sure that if there's something from this catalog that you had to have and you didn't get, that you have to get it, because things are going so fast. Okay, so fast. So make sure and get what you needed out of that catalog. Don't be the sad girl that missed something. All right. But Peaceful Deer has a great story, and it was one of the first bundles in the catalog that came out, the holiday catalog. believe I had it opened to it. It is a punch stamp set bundle. Hello, Carol and Betty, Barb. The Peaceful Deer bundle, $156.391. It is only $36, okay? And that's a great price for a bundle. It's a punch, which I love a punch bundle because punches are so simple. And to be honest, when this bundle first came out, the deer punch went on back order so quickly that we really didn't have a chance to use it much. So we can now. Exciting. All right. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you, I want to show you from start to finish how to make this card because I want to show you how you can really conserve paper, which is always a fun thing to do. So we're going to start with early espresso paper. Okay, that's a dark brown, almost black paper, cardstock that we sell. And we're going to go at 5.5. We're going to cut that down. This is how you make a card. Half a piece of cardstock. And then we're going to fold it in half. I need some new trimmer blades. So we're going to score that at 4 1/4. That's how you make a standard card every single time. However, to make this card, we are going to now take this front layer and we are going to cut this at 3/4 of an inch. So I lined that up right here, okay, with this is 1, so you want to back it up to 3/4. And we're going to cut this down, okay? So we're leaving a little edge on that front of that card, all right? And then this piece we're going to conserve. So we're going to cut it 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. I bought some new blades, but I haven't put them on my trimmer yet. 4 1/4. So this is a great use of paper and conservation of paper, and you're going to see how we're going to use this paper in a second. And you're going to want a piece of 3x4 cardstock also, okay? And let's go ahead and cut down our designer paper while we've got it. Now this piece we're going to cut at 5 by 5.5 by 4 1/4. So 4 1/4 by 5.5. That's our standard card front size. And this is such a fun way to make cards, and you're going to see why in a second. I call this the Storybook fold. It probably has another name, but this is what I call it. So that's what you should call it because we're friends. Now what we need is a little sliver of gold. I'm going to use gold foil since that's something that you can currently buy. But if you do have this bedazzling paper left over from Celebration, then you can grab that out and use this. Oh, I'm so glad this is your favorite, Carol. It was fate. Yay. All right. Thank you for sharing. You're always so good to share. You're one of our first sharers every time. I appreciate everybody sharing and liking because remember, that stamp set is going to be the prize at the end of our 12 Days of Christmas for all the likes and shares. So don't forget to like and share. All right, so we have a gold strip and we have our pieces. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and take care of, oh, and then a little piece to go inside that's 5 1/4 by 4. We're going to go ahead and kind of get some of these pieces off of our stamp area and then get to our stamping. So, of course, this goes on the inside so that things, you can write on it because you can't write on that espresso. It's way too dark. And then we're going to layer down our strip. And the way, gold strip, and the way that we do this is just give it a little whirl here. And you know what? I shouldn't have gotten the adhesive so far on the, you want to keep your adhesive from that inner fold. Actually, one way we can, I think we'll be okay. Yes, we're going to be okay. I'll show you why. So what we're doing right now is we're attaching our gold foil strip. It just gives it a little shebang. You don't have to do the gold foil strip, but it does give it some shebang. Now, don't worry about that little adhesive because I remember now this whole piece of designer paper is going on the front. So you lay it into your card, and then you go again with your adhesive and swing that down right on top of it. Okay, and what's cool is, to me, it looks like a little storybook. And the fun thing is, your designer paper, you get to see both sides. Well, hello, Kathy and Debbie. We have quite the crowd this Monday. So I love this fold because you can see the inside and the outside of the designer series paper. Okay, and if this bugs you right here, like it does bug me, then you can pop in with your, I just didn't line up that gold very well. That's what happened. But you can also just come in with your snips and just kind of make it work. Okay, so don't stress about that. And voila. Now we're going to build our front. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this sweetie down with some dimensionals. Get it out of the way. I love using this last little bit of my dimensionals. I love throwing away a whole clean sheet of dimensionals because they're so cheap. I know where to get plenty more. I have them. Ooh, I really need to change my trimmer blade. I did order some and they did appear recently. So, all right, so now here's your basic structure, and we're going to do our stamping. So we're going to hop into the Peaceful Deer stamp set, and first we're going to pull out the, let's go with Merry Christmas, Good Standard Greeting, and I'm going to grab out this deer that just has the outline, and this deer antlers. Okay, so the outline deer and the antlers are what we need. All right, so we're going to stamp the Merry Christmas in Real Red. Real Red is just your gorgeous Christmas red. Nothing else needs to be said about that. If you don't have Real Red, who are you? All right, Merry Christmas, done. And then what we're going to do is we're going to eyeball, okay, where our deer is going to be. That looks about right, because we're going to come in and stamp our deer antlers directly onto our layer here. Now, you can stamp and punch the antlers, but to me that's a little tedious. I don't really find it very fun. So I just tend to do my antler stamping right on the page. Okay. Now what we're going to do is use our punch to punch out our deer. Now, this is just a trick. So many of us like to color the deer, and that is perfectly gorgeous. Here is a deer that's punched and colored. Don't let me keep you from your love. But if you're a little intimidated by fussy coloring or coloring with blending markers, then this is a little fun thing you can do. So you're going to take this Sahara Sand cardstock, and we are going to stamp our deer on the Sahara Sand with Airly Espresso. Okay, and the cool thing is the deer itself is already going to be the right color. All right, and then when you're stamping to punch, you want to stamp your stamp towards the bottom edge, because you know that's where your punch is going to go. Okay. And it's also a good idea to look and see what direction your stamp is going before you punch, but I got lucky this time. All right, so you're punching out your deer, and you can see you could have punched out the antlers, but I don't know, I just find that really tedious, and I don't think it necessarily adds great dimension to your project, but I like the deer antlers just stamped right down. I'm all about cute and simple. So voila, your fussy colored deer, because let the cardstock do the work for you, all right? So we didn't even have to color him. When you're making Christmas cards, often you're making multiples. So we're always looking for quick tricks to make things fast. Okay, so we just popped our deer up with dimensionals, and this is where it's gonna go, all right? But we need a pretty ribbon because Christmas, right? So I'm going to use this Evening Evergreen ribbon. This is from the annual catalog, so keep that in mind. That's where you can find it. If you look for it in the holiday catalog, you won't find it. It's in our regular catalog. All right, so we are just going to tie this little sweetie around our white layer here. I wonder if anyone did any stamping this weekend. I would love to know. I didn't do one bit, which is very unusual for me. Like I said, I was in Robinson Auditorium pretty much the entire weekend with the Nutcracker. So we had a blast. Okay. Yes, yes. But I crafted all day on Friday, so I can't wait for January. I have so many samples to show you. That's what I've been working on, is new things for the new year. Well, that's what I worked on Friday. All right. So we are done. Voila, finished with our Peaceful Deer Painted Christmas designer paper card. That's the name of the designer paper that I used here. This was the Peaceful Deer designer paper that was on Celebration. So if you have that, you can use a bunch of that to get rid of tons of cardstock. Let me show you some other ideas with this stamp set. This card uses the Garden Green ink, and all I did was stamp and not re-ink, and then stamp again. Stamp and not re-ink, stamp again. So you stamp this tree background, your sentiment, and you pop up and color that deer. That's how I made that card. We have another cutie card, stamped, punched through the antlers, and there's a neat little ground stamp here. Here we have some bigger trees, and again, you can create this dimension, by doing darker and then lighter. So stamp and don't stamp off, stamp, don't stamp off, stamp, don't stamp off. Does that make sense? So you just keep stamping without re-inking. When I say don't stamp off, I mean don't re-ink. And this little card, I just stamped 2 deer in the background, and then I actually stamped that deer directly onto this designer paper that we had, Peaceful Deer. There's a whole piece, yeah, that's just the plaid. So you stamp onto the paper, it's in just fussy cut. So that's exactly how I got that deer. But lots of great ideas. You can make so many cards with this Peaceful Deer stamp set. I will post pictures of all of these cards for you just to study those, but they're all structured the same way, okay, with this conserving that cardstock and using that piece that we cut out for this layer. All right, so you can make multiple cards in a flash, either with your celebration papers that you may have left over or current papers that you can purchase. Hi, Kathleen. All right, it's great to see you. Now, reminders, $50 or more orders can have free red rhinestones, or you can have 2 packs of the Bee Dazzling paper. Okay, that is this retired celebration paper. I just ended up with so much extra, and I wanted to gift it to my friends that watch my videos. This offer is good to the end of the week. The host code is included in the ordering link that you'll have here. Don't forget to join my email list for all the PDFs. Fill out the door prize form each day for our drawing. And then remember here to like and share for the grand prize drawing at the end of the series for that cardstock. Now, our prize for last week was this double Ghirardelli chocolate holder. So as soon as I get off here, I'll look at that survey from last Friday and draw for a winner, and I will post a photo of our winner for the day. Thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate it. I'll post photos of them lickety split. All right. Bye-bye.